episode of Sarcasm Speaks. Jared and Bob here, flying at you like fucking fruit bats. Because that's where the coronavirus came from. I don't know if it's specifically fruit bats, but came from bats. Did you know the origin story? How it all started?
No.
People in China were eating bats. And that's how the disease was transmitted from bats to humans via idiots eating bats. Like, hey, maybe don't eat bats. I don't know, guys. Maybe pick something else.
Someone out there will tell you bats are delicious or something.
What is this, fucking Anchorman?
Oh.
Whammy!
Just like bats?
Yeah, we're cutting back. We're saving money. We're selling fried bat now instead of chicken.
Well, I mean, that's like always the running joke is like they're catching pigeons up on the roof of these fucking Chinese restaurants, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Well, actually, that does happen, whether you believe it or not. It happened in Medford.
Yeah, no, that is legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, when that place got shut down.
Yep. What was that? Was that the old Panda Panda
Express. No.
Panda Express is in the mall.
Panda
Palace?
Express is in the mall. Panda something? Was it?
With the buffet on the corner?
Yeah, it was right. It was in Haynes Square, right on the corner of Salem Street and whatever else.
They had pigeon traps.
Fuck. We have enough people from Medford that listen to the show.
I feel like it was Panda Palace.
Yeah, I think it was. I think you're right. What is now Shanghai Moon.
Do they have pigeon traps?
I fucking love that place. No, not to my knowledge. That's where I spent my Thanksgiving Eve. Me and Vinny sat at Shanghai Moon, crushing fucking... No, I'm sorry, Christmas Eve day. I got out of work early, Christmas Eve day, and me and Vinny sat at Shanghai Moon, crushing Mai Tais until I left eventually to go, do family shit. But the apparently like the coronavirus thing is hitting near like catastrophic levels in some areas, I guess. People are like really, really, really freaking out.
People are concerned about this.
Yeah. The level of concern is like very high.
I will say, but this happens every time. Remember Ebola?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Every time there's anything.
So one of the
Bird flu.
One of the guys I work with was supposed to go on a trip to Japan next week or 2 weeks from now, and he was supposed to go for like 3 weeks. And I was with him today, and he was like, "Yeah, so I'm pretty pissed. Like I had to cancel my trip to Japan." Oh, we talked about this in the last episode actually, and that was the whole thing. And like, I just don't get it.
So I would start by not going to Asia.
So today,
I would.
Even
I'll admit.
Yeah, hey, stay the fuck away from Asia.
I'll admit, if I had plans to go to Asia, I would not be going to Asia.
Yeah.
And yes, all countries are now lumped together. I don't give a fuck where it is.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. But so
I would actually even consider not going to Europe.
So
they're connected.
Tonight, I ended up. I was working up in Lawrence today, and I ended up meeting my mother for dinner because she works up there too. She wanted to like fucking do dinner for my birthday or whatever. It's stupid bullshit. So I was like, yeah, sure. Let's just go. And like we sat down and like I don't know, 20 minutes into like just sitting there. She was like, "Oh yeah, no, you gotta be careful about the coronavirus," because there were TVs at the bar, and like it came on, and it said like, "Oh, coronavirus" and all this. She's like, "Oh, you gotta be really careful," because she knows we're going to Savannah in a couple weeks. She's like, "Oh, you're flying on a plane. It's a whole thing. Like, you gotta get like Clorox wipes or disinfectant wipes and like wipe the seat and like be careful. Like if people are coughing on the plane, doing like stupid mom shit." And so she's like this and that and this and that, and I'm like, honestly, I don't really give a shit.
I don't give a fuck
about the coronavirus. And she was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I don't care." She's like, "Well, yeah, that's a great attitude to have, Jared." And I was like, "Listen," and it's like I've said on this fucking podcast for the last couple weeks, anybody who's healthy between the ages of 20 and 50 has nothing to worry about.
Dude,
even if I did get it, worst case scenario, I'm in the hospital for like a couple days, and then I'm back. Because I got the fucking sniffles. Like, get out of here.
But it's like, it's always something. It's Ebola.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh no, this is like a big deal.
Yeah, there was 2 years ago. Ebola is like, oh, it's gonna be a worldwide outbreak. It's like it wasn't even that bad.
No, not when you get to fucking civilized countries.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Like as much as China is becoming like a major world power,
They're eating fucking bats.
there's 1 billion with a B kids, billion people in that country. I don't care how advanced you are. When you have that many people and that many mouths to feed, like you're doing some fucked up shit. So like they gotta eat bats, and like that's how they get fucked up. But like, I don't know, dude. Like I was just like, I thinking back on it like very quickly. I almost sort of kind of feel bad about it, where I was like, I don't give a fuck about the coronavirus. Like it's stupid. Like nothing's gonna happen to me. Even if I do get it, I'm not gonna die. Like it doesn't matter. Like it's stupid. And I was like, yeah, but like it's out there. And I was like, yeah. So was Ebola. Like it does, and then nothing happened from that. She was like, yeah, but then she just like went on. And did
Swine flu,
shit.
bird flu.
Yeah, name it.
Zika.
Name it. I'm so fucking unlucky. I haven't gotten any of that shit.
Yeah.
I'm still fucking living.
Yep.
Like, come on. Like I'm not gonna get it.
So last time you went to the doctor, I think you got a clean bill of health, right?
Yeah.
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 So
I was
now
looking
you're
for something. I was looking for something like, come on, doc, tell me that like I'm not okay.
All I do is sit here and get poison ivy.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like we're in that window where like we have nothing to worry about. Absolutely zero. Like it doesn't.
Except fucking poison ivy, because I keep fucking getting it. But I guess it's because I keep playing in the poison ivy.
Yeah, you need to stop playing in poison ivy.
Well, I need to get. Well, but here's the deal. I need to get rid of the poison ivy.
You should just burn down the whole backyard.
I was thinking that.
Just burn it all.
Just don't breathe it in.
Just fucking burn it. Or get masks. They should be on a discount. No, they're probably price gouging masks right now.
If you go to the emergency room at Brockton Hospital, they're giving masks out for free.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they've got masks and gloves.
Yeah. But like,
But I did hear on Toucher and Rich that allegedly the masks don't help.
No, I think the masks are more for the person themselves. They keep containment more than they like protect you. You know what I mean? Like, so like if someone is sick, they should be the ones wearing the mask because it keeps their
That's
sick
not gonna
shit
happen.
contained. Yeah, no, it won't.
It's not gonna happen.
It won't. It won't.
No,
but like a normal person
no
walking
one
down
gives
the
a
street wearing
fuck
a
about
mask,
other people that much.
No.
I don't. We do not live in a world where someone's like, "Oh, I got fucking super Ebola. Yeah, I'll wear a mask and keep it to myself." No.
Yeah, no.
Like I don't want to wear this stupid mask. I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
I wouldn't.
We have people in the world that get AIDS and like anger fuck people and like give AIDS to people, or I guess technically HIV, but like they spread HIV and like don't tell people. You know what I mean? Like those people exist in the world.
Yeah.
Like that.
There's a lot of shitbags in the world.
There's a lot of fucking shitbags in the world. That was part of the conversation too that I was talking about with my mom. She was telling me like, it's so funny like just thinking about like different lives that people live and like it's my mom. Like I spent 18 years of my life like living in the same house, but she was like one of the people that like we grew up with that are close friends. They're getting divorced. They've been together. They haven't been together for 66 years. They gotta be 66 years old, and they're getting divorced. They were probably been married for like 40 years, 40
Point
plus
at
years.
66.
Yeah, so that's why I was, and she was like, I can't believe, and like the woman is obvious. So the husband has a very, very good job. He's the executive vice president of actually the company my mom works for.
Yeah.
That's like they've known each other. My mom's been there for 39 years at the same company. This guy's been there for like 42. Like they've been there for fucking ever. So like they know each other really well, and like that whole thing is going down. And she's like, oh man, I can't believe like why would you do something like that to somebody? And I was like, I don't know, dude. Like people suck. Like I don't know. And she was like, she's gonna get half of everything. And I was like, yeah, it's typically how it works. Like
She get married.
Whatever the respectfully, I guess I don't know, but maybe disrespectfully, I don't give a fuck. But like she has health issues where she hasn't been able to work for the last I don't know at least decade.
Hasn't been able to, or has been able to not? Do you know? Do you hear the difference?
Hasn't been
I don't care what this is.
Yeah, she hasn't been. She's legitimately disabled.
Hold on. My thing, like someone who like breaks a finger.
No.
And then is like, well, I can't do manual labor because I broke a finger one time.
No.
It's like, yeah.
I don't want. No, I don't want to give too much away. No. We do have a few Medford listeners here. But she legitimately can't work.
Okay, fine.
So hasn't worked in a long time, and now my mom's like really upset about it, and I'm like, this is what happens. Like, this is life. She's like, I just can't believe someone would do that, and now he's got to go get lawyers and pay legal fees and all this stuff, and I'm like, yeah.
Typically, that's how divorce works.
Yeah, that's literally what I said. Those verbatim, those are my words. I was like, typically that's how divorce goes. She was like, I don't know. And I was like, I mean, that's like, what kind of life do you live? Like, do you like never encounter any of this stuff? Like, do you just kind of pretend like it doesn't happen? But yet you sit here and watch the news and think that we're all gonna die of coronavirus. Like, let's be fucking real here. Come on, Ma, figure it the fuck out. Live in the real world where people get divorced 50% of the time.
It's insane.
And like maybe 3% of the people that get coronavirus die. Like, what's more, like, what affects us more here? Like, what should you be more shocked and surprised about? Ah, man, like, I don't know.
I don't either. I got no answers for fucking anyone.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. I mean, she's my mom. There's nothing I can, you can't pick your family. But I say all the time. Thankfully, she also doesn't listen to the show, but, there's a reason why I only see her, like, once a month.
Well, so, like, my favorite thing is, like, this is, like, a nothing thing. But, so we didn't have dogs growing up.
Yeah.
My mother doesn't really like dogs very much.
Yeah.
There's a dog at her work now.
Yeah.
So...
she's gonna get a dog.
The dog... No, she's not getting a dog. So the dog's name is Mia.
Okay.
And I'm like... She's like, yeah, and like... Everything she tells me about this dog, I'm like, yeah, that's what dogs do. Yeah, all of a sudden just starts barking. I'm like, yes, that's definitely what dogs do. They bark. Does she also eat, drink, piss, and shit? Because dogs are known to do that, too.
She, scratch herself and sometimes...
shake?
Yeah.
She covered in hair and or fur. Have forepaws.
She sit there and lick her box sometimes.
Like, whatever. And
I
then it's
envy
like...
that about dogs. They can lick their genitalia.
Yeah. You're an absolute moron. And then she's like, yeah, it's like every time I try to move, like, the dog's just kind of in the way. I'm like, yes, dogs are always in the way. Always.
Because they have to be right next to you.
Yes.
And especially depending on what type of dog it is, like the herder dogs do it on purpose. Like, they purposely stand in front of you because they don't want you to go do whatever you do. Like, it's in their DNA to be like, nope, go this way. So, like... Nosset. I fucking love Nosset. But, so that's Derek's dog. Shout out to Derek.
Sup, Derek.
Sup, Derek. And she is part Border Collie.
Yeah.
So, she was good most of the time, like, in the apartment, like, in the house. But, like, sometimes she would do it, she would, like, nudge you, whatever. But when you took her outside, and you were, like, going on a walk, or you were doing or you were, like, playing in, like, the dog park or whatever, and if you were running, playing, going, she would fucking cut right in front of you. Like, to the point where it's like, I'm going to blow out my ACL.
Yep.
Like, I'm either going to trip on you, or I'm going to have to, like, stop short. But, like, that's her like, it's in her DNA. Like, she's Border Collie. So she's, like, herding. Like, she has to herd shit. So, like, if you're running in a straight line, she's like, nah, bitch. You're going left. I don't know why.
Anywhere but the direction you're going.
Like, I don't know why I need you to go left, but I
left.
know that I can't let you keep going straight.
I never even, like, there's certain things about dogs that I've never even, like, thought about. Like, obviously I know hounds, they are nose to the ground all the time.
Yeah.
Pluto had part rat terrier in him. Mm-hmm. And I believe the rat terriers were, like, also fairly good at hunting. Like, they're good at, like, finding...
They used to hunt rats.
Yeah, well, obviously. But, like... okay, that's the thing, is, like, when I say hunting...
Yeah.
We're talking mice.
Right.
Like, rodents.
Right. Or, like, retrievers.
We brought Pluto to the old sheep pasture, and there's, like, a little thing, it's, like... you know, hey, there's a bunch of voles in this field. Oh my god, this dog was just like head fucking down.
Yeah.
Like nonstop.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just in his DNA.
He has never been more tired than that day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
and it's like retrievers. Like it's in their DNA to just retrieve shit. So like if you have like a box of toys and you're ever sitting there with like a golden retriever or any kind of lab, they just like go over to the box, like grab a toy, bring it over to you and drop it and look at you. It's like, I brought you something.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right, cool. And like you can like throw it across the room and they'll just look at it and then they'll go back to the box and like bring something else back and drop it and stare at you. And it's like, oh, I get it. Like, this is in your DNA. Like, you just want to bring me shit. All right, cool. So how about you go get me a beer?
Did you see the video of the dog
Yes.
that brought all the ingredients of a sandwich to the guy?
No, I haven't seen that one.
He
I thought
brought-
you were going to say the one that opens the fridge and brings a beer.
Okay, he opens the fridge and brings each ingredient. He brought bread, he brought ham, he brought cheese, and he brought mustard.
That is unfucking
As
believable.
asked. He's like, oh, how about something to go with this? Comes back with the mustard. I'm not fucking kidding.
That's fucking wild. Holy shit.
Unless there were only 4 things in the fridge, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a thing.
And in which case I've been duped, but...
Yeah. Wow. He opens the fridge every single time, right? And then goes and gets something?
Yeah.
Was it a retriever?
Most likely, I kind of forget.
Yeah. Wow. Dogs are so fucking cool.
You should get one.
Yeah. But, like, I can't.
Yeah, but you should.
I can't have a dog. I want one so fucking bad.
I'll play with them occasionally.
But, like, if I were to get a dog, like, I would want, so the breed that I want would be, like, really fucking annoying. Like, I want, like, a German Shepherd or, like, a Husky or, like, something that's, like, on the medium to large side and is, like, a really smart dog. But, like, those dogs are also working dogs. Like, they have to do shit.
Yeah, Huskies are tough.
Like, if you have a Husky and you don't take it
Oh,
out
they fucking
and
yell
fuck
at you.
around with it, like, it'll get depressed and shit, and, like, it's bad. And same thing with Shepherds. Like, they're intellectual dogs. Like, they need to do shit. But, like, I want, if I'm going to get a dog, I want, like, an intellectual dog. Like, I don't want, like, I don't know.
A doodle?
Yeah. Yeah, as
They're
awesome as they
they're
are.
They're friendly as fuck.
They're
but
super friendly.
They are fucking goofy.
But, like, even, like, I'm trying to think, like a purebred lab is, like, just dumb as fuck. like purebred Labradors are so fucking stupid, but they're so lovable. And I love labs.
Yeah.
I love playing with labs.
You can't train them, though.
But I don't want one myself. I love to, like, play with the lab and then be like, oh, okay, all right, I'm done. Go back to your fucking owner now. Like, or like, I'll take it for a weekend or, like, hang. But I don't want a lab because they're so playful. Like you said, like, they're not really trainable because they're not, like, super intelligent dogs. They're just fun. And they just love life. They're always happy, which is amazing. But, like, it's just not for me. That's just not, like... You know, it's just not the type of dog that I really want, that I would get along well with. Like, I want a dog that I can be like if something's happening, like, I want a dog that essentially I can train to the point where, like, I don't need a leash.
Yeah.
That's ideally what I want. Like, I want a dog that I can trust at all times without a leash.
Yeah, like the old saying, it's like if you tell him to sit, he'll sit there.
Yeah.
Until told otherwise.
Yeah. Like, I want a dog that could be in the middle of fucking chasing a squirrel. And if I fucking call out and say sit, it stops and sits. Like, that's the type of, like, that's what I want.
Which is pretty much German Shepherds, right?
Yeah.
I think Huskies are a little hard to train.
Yeah. Well, because they're very energetic. Yeah. They're working dogs. Like, they're good to train, but they need to, like, do shit. Like, they need to run around. Like, they need to, like, carry shit. Like, they have to, like
sticks and shit. Like, what jobs do you give a dog? Like, so we live in Mansfield, Massachusetts. Like,
yes.
what jobs are we giving a dog here?
Well, first of all, if I ever got a husky, I would build a dog sled.
Fair.
And then in the wintertime, I would
Ride
mush. I would mush with the dog all the time. I would leave my car in the driveway and I would mush everywhere.
Imagine mushing to the gym. like going down the street. Fucking cop pulls you over. What are you doing? I'm going to work, man.
Going to the gym. Like, what does
you,
it look like?
What, you can't... Wait, but can you... What?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you can do this.
Would I have to get a license plate for it?
Like a dog rickshaw?
Yeah.
Because, like, you could put wheels on it, too.
I could, yeah, actually.
Like, sled through the snow, sure, but you put wheels.
Make the life for the dogs a little bit easier. Because if I'm going to mush, I got to have more than one dog. I can't make one dog just drag me around. I'd have to get at least 4.
Where the fuck are we going to put 4 dogs? Oh, the
Outside.
barn? In the barn?
Outside. That's the other good thing about Huskies is they're really fucking good in super cold weather. Like, their coats are so thick, they don't give a fuck. They're like, oh, it's 15 degrees out? Yeah, that's cool. Go fuck yourself,
I'm still
dude.
sweating.
I have so much fur.
I'm still sweating. I'm just a fucking dog.
Yeah. Can you cut some of this hair off? 15 degrees is awfully fucking warm, dude. Like, Huskies don't give a fuck. They're awesome. But, like,
they're annoying as fuck.
They're very vocal.
Yes. They will let you know when they're bored.
Yeah, when they get bored, they just fucking go wild. Yeah. I have, one of the girls that used to live for us had 2 Huskies. And they were trained very well. And she used to be able to, like, sit there and, like, talk shit to them. And they would just fucking chirp back at her. To the point where there was, like, some phrase she would say, and then they would just start howling. And they would just, like, go back and forth. It was great. It was great. Or, honestly, I would love a pit bull. Like a purebred pit bull. Preferably one that obviously hasn't come from a line of fighting. Because then it's inherently more aggressive. But pit bulls actually are phenomenal dogs. If you get one that's not from a line of fighters, like if you just get like a regular purebred pit bull, they're unbelievable. They're super smart. They're very well behaved. Like, they're brick shit houses. Like, they're great dogs.
I want the dog with fucking delts. I feel like it's an American bulldog though.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the problem with some of the bulldogs is that
they die early.
Yeah, when you go down that road, it's like they have breathing problems. They all have like asthma and shit. Like, once you start getting into like the crossbreeds, which I guess to be fair, they're all like crossbred versions of wolves, but like at least some of like the bigger dogs are fine. Like, when you get into like littler dogs, like, well, I guess poodles and chihuahuas suck dick. But like some of the smaller dogs can be fine, but when you get into like that crossbreed shit, like all the bulldogs can barely fucking breathe. Like, you can't exercise with them. Even like a Shiba Inu is like a mini husky. It's like a Japanese husky.
Yeah.
They will probably only get to like 30 or 40 pounds, but they're not great for exercise. Like, they'll run around a little bit, but like they get tired really easy because they're smaller. They're also kind of dicks. Shiba Inus are known for being huge fucking dickheads. But
I think it's the bullies.
yeah,
They're fucking yoked.
yeah. Or, I mean, this is literally damn near impossible. Oh yeah, that guy.
That guy wins a bodybuilding competition.
Yeah, American Bulldog.
But he's an American bully. I think it's different.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to go to Wikipedia.
It looks like a cross between a bulldog and a pit bull.
Probably. Most likely.
But have you ever heard of a boarable?
No.
So a boarable is essentially an African mastiff, and so obviously mastiffs are fucking massive.
Yeah.
So the boarables were bred in Africa to fight off lions. They protect farms in Africa from lions.
What's the Belgian police dog? That's like
Malinois, Belgian Malinois.
Yeah.
Yeah, those things are fucking vicious.
Like they're like fucking.
But those dogs are very similar to German Shepherds. That's like everyone thinks or they assume that all police dogs are German Shepherds. More often than not, they're the Malinois. They look very similar.
No joke.
But so the Boerboel can get up to, I believe, like 200 pounds.
Oh my
or
god, that's fucking gigantic.
220 pounds. They're fucking massive. You do a quick Google search on that, a Boerboel. I think it's Borebol. There's a picture in particular of like this giant fucking dog sitting next to like a woman, and it's just way fucking bigger than her. Back in the day, like a few years ago, Derek and I knew this guy who went to our gym that his wife bred Boerboels, and they were having a litter, and they were going to sell the puppies. And so Derek asked them, this was before he got Nauset, and he like asked them like how much like one of the puppies was, and it was something like astronomical. Like
I can see that.
I feel like it was something like $2,500 or something like that for a puppy. Like I don't know. Like Derek, if you're listening right now and you remember, like feel free to let me know. But it was something absolutely fucking absurd. And I just remember it was so much money. He was like, yeah, so I guess I'm never going to have a Boerboel.
No.
$2,500. The thing is fucking huge.
They're not small.
No.
By the way, the bully
Yes.
is a mix between a Staffy and an American Pit Bull.
Oh, okay. Alright, so that's where he gets the pointed ears from then? Alright.
But I don't know why he's short and jacked. Because neither of those dogs are short.
Yeah. Well, some dogs have that condition. I forget what it's called. But humans can get it too. I think it's more common in bulldogs or pit bulls or one of those breeds. But it's like a myostatin inhibitor or something or other.
I know someone who had that.
And it's like you just build insane amounts of fucking muscle mass.
Yeah, or you could be very lean
Yeah.
in some places, but not lean
Yeah.
in others. Like
Yeah.
I knew someone, she carried all of her body fat in her stomach and in her face, but her arms and her legs were fucking ripped.
Yeah, yeah. That's whatever that is, that condition. It happens a lot in dogs. So that's a lot of times what happens with them when they're just fucking yoked and they have like fucking delts for days.
Oh my god.
They walk, their front legs are bow-legged.
Yeah, they're walking around like they got water jugs under their arms.
Yeah, absolutely. So speaking of like the police dogs and shit, I want to float something by you. I saw this today. So this popped up on social media today. Granted, when I looked into it, one of the rare times I actually looked into something and like read like full articles, it happened back in September. But just like in summary, essentially, there was a 6-year-old girl in Orlando, Florida, and she threw a temper tantrum at school. So the school sent her to the principal's office, and while she was in the office, a staff member tried to come up to her and talk to her, and the girl kicked the staff member. Now, there's no description on how hard or where or how many times or nothing. It just says the 6-year-old girl went to the principal's office, staff member came over, I guess she like tried to like put her hand on her back or something. There was some sort of physical contact, and the girl just fucking kicks her. Again, don't have any details on that. But as a result, the cops were called, and the 6-year-old girl was charged with battery on an adult in the school. So the cop, there's video of this, and I watched the video, and granted, if you haven't seen this, you have no idea what I'm talking about. If you Google Orlando, Florida, police officer arrests 6-year-old girl, I do want to warn you. It is kind of hard to watch, especially with the sound. Like, it's a 6-year-old girl. Like, he puts her in cuffs. I think it was zip ties, to be like. I don't think he actually legitimately like cuffed her. Her hands are probably way too small for cuffs anyway. So he used zip ties. But she's like pleading and begging and crying, like a 6-year-old, like bawling, like, I'm so sorry, like, please just let me go, like, I don't want to go to jail, like, all this, like, it's kind of tough, especially like if you like if you like kids, like, it's a tough thing to watch. So because they got it from the body cam on the cop. So he ended up getting fired. But now, for whatever reason, it started circulating on social media. Because I saw 2 people post about it today. And it happened back in September. So I saw that initially, and I watched the video. I clicked on it, and I watched the video. And I was like, ooh, yeah, that's not good. Like, you hear the girl, like, crying, whatever. And I will say, the cop doesn't, like, ragdoll her at all. She's walking, she's crying, but she's walking. And then he kind of, like, picks her up gently and, like, puts her in the back of the police car. Like, he doesn't, like, fucking toss her in. He puts her in the back. She's still crying. He goes to shut the door, and then, the video just stopped. He ended up getting fired. And people are, like, outraged about this. Like, how can you...
Fired?
No. How can you arrest a 6-year-old girl, whatever, like, going on this? And as hard as it was to watch the video, I stopped and I thought about it. And I talked to somebody about this at work today. This, again, might be one of my, like, unpopular opinions. But I was like, we don't know the details of this case. Like, we don't know why the cops are called, albeit, let's be honest here, cops probably didn't need to get called if a 6-year-old girl attacks an adult. But why did... Yes, exactly. Why did they...
That's my first reaction is, why the fuck were cops called?
So, my other thing is that...
The girl's fucking 6.
The guy was fired because what they cited is that Orlando PD protocol is that if you're ever going to arrest a minor, you need to get permission from whoever the supervisor on duty is.
Okay.
And he never got permission from the supervisor on duty to arrest this girl.
So he was fired for
not
breaking protocol.
Breaking protocol, yes.
Okay. I actually almost support that.
Yeah, no, for sure. 100%. If that's protocol and he didn't follow protocol...
Especially with that protocol.
He deserves to
It's not like there was a fucking crackhead running rampant and it's like, hey, don't blow that guy away for no reason. He blew him away.
Right. However...
Okay.
I work in a therapeutic school where a lot of weird things happen a lot of times during the day. On just the other day, I was walking out of the school, and as I was walking down one of the staircases, 2 members of Boston PD were walking up past me, escorted by the principal of the school. And I was like, hey guys, it's going. And they're like, hey, they walk by, principal goes by, hey, and I look and I turn and I stop. I'm like, that's not good. So then I go down and I find another staff member there and I'm like, hey, what the fuck are the cops doing here? And they're like, I don't know. Like, I think it's something between like 2 of the students, whatever. I'm like, oh shit. So like we're in like the main lobby. It's the end of the school day too. So we're in the main lobby, we're hanging out, whatever, and we're talking, and like there's like a solid 10 staff members lined in the hallway of the stairs, like just in case, like they're just there. So then all of a sudden, one of the students walks down the stairs, followed by the 2 BPD members right behind her. And I'm like, oh boy. They escort her out of the building. They put her in the back of the cop car, and I was like, oh shit. definitely not good. So, like, that shit happens sometimes at my school, at least. Like, it's not ideal. It's definitely not ideal. You never want to call the cops on a kid at the school, but, like, sometimes they leave you no choice.
Yeah.
So, knowing what I know and experiencing the things that I've experienced with my job, I stopped and was like, we don't know what happened at this school. Like, what if this girl, like, she just threw a temper tantrum? What if she flipped the fuck out, and then when she goes to the principal office, the adult, like, touches her on the back, tries to, like, rub her back, whatever, and that's an absolute fucking no-no, like, trigger, and this girl goes fucking wild. Like, what if she, like, fucking kicked her, fucking threatened her, like tried to grab something. Like, we don't know. Like, we don't know the story.
Like, grab a pair of scissors.
Right. Or, like, grabbed a chair, like, went to go. That's a popular thing at my school, is throwing chairs.
Bobby Knight.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, you know, we don't know the details. And, oh my, did my coworkers not appreciate that hot take. And I was like, guys, come the fuck on. Like, you can't, like, I would like to imagine. So, also, granted, let's be real, this is Florida.
Dude, she might have used an alligator as a weapon.
I would assume that schools in Florida are very poorly trained on how to handle, like, emotional issues in school. It's also a public school, so it's not a therapeutic school that's full of kids that have these behavioral issues. So, like, they're not trained on it. They don't see it every day. Whereas, like, you know, I can sit in a classroom, and if a student tells me to go fuck myself, I'll be like, just get out of here. Like, go sit in the hallway.
Go rip a butt outside.
Yeah, like, just get lost. Like, you know, like, we have the ability to do that, but, like, if you tell a teacher to go fuck themselves in public school, like, you're probably going to get detention, and, like, there's, like, a whole thing that's going to happen. Like, the reactions are very different. Like, there's a lot of shit that you can get away with in a therapeutic school that, like, you can't do in a public school.
Yeah.
Like, the barrier for, like, getting upset and, like, getting, like, heightened is very low. Like, on a regular basis, like, I can be sitting in a classroom and all of a sudden, like, I hear a really loud bang and I hear people yelling and I'm just like, just continue going about my day. Like, it doesn't matter. But, like, occasionally, like, if it sounds really bad, I'll, like, walk over to, like, the classroom door and, like, look out the window and see if I can, like, see anything going down, see if they need help. But, like, other than that, like, they got it. They're good. Like, but, like, you pull that shit in a public school.
No.
And cops are getting called.
Yeah.
Which could have been this scenario.
No, it's just the thing that's really I
will say
I'm struggling with the imagination.
6 is awfully young. 6 is very young to be put in zip ties and put in the back of a cop car. If this was,
can they even ride in the back of a cop car? Like, is that even, like, fucking safe?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do they still need car seats at 6? I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't think there's seatbelts in the back of cop cars.
I don't think so.
No, I've been in one.
It's like
it's just plastic.
It's like a cab in
It's all plastic.
In
case you piss or shit or puke.
Old school.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's very uncomfortable.
relax, you're in the back seat.
Yeah, it's extremely uncomfortable.
What do you recommend I do?
But, like, if it was, like, 13, 14, certainly 14 plus,
I would just assume
I'm all for it.
If it was like,
because then at that point it's like, use some scare tactics.
middle school and higher,
Yeah.
I would trust that there's the potential that kid pulled a knife.
Right. Or, like, it's almost like a scared straight scenario. Like, they're not listening to any teacher, any administrator, so let's call the cops. Maybe the cops will scare them into, like, all it takes is that one time you get fucking cuffed and thrown in the back of the cop car, and now all of a sudden that kid never wants to deal with that again.
Yeah, they're always going to. Maybe they need a new school to go to.
Yeah, they come to us. They'll be my student by fucking...
They'll know everybody by first name.
Yeah.
Jason, what'd you do today? I may have bashed some kid's head in.
Yeah.
Well, you know the drill. Yes, sir.
That's the funny thing too about our school is that the kids, like the older kids, they know when they're doing shit they're not supposed to. Like, they'll tell you. They're like, yeah, I know. Like, that thing I did yesterday, like, that's my bad, dude. Like, I was just really pissed off, and it was really fucked up, and I shouldn't have said that, but, like, I was just mad. And you can be like, that's cool, man. No worries. Like, it's no big deal. Like, I don't really give a shit.
Words are not a big deal when it comes to like people like that.
No. But like, they own it and they know what they're doing. And it's just funny that, like, so the other thing too is like nobody. So obviously we both went through public school growing up, and it's like, oh, Mr. Johnson and Mrs. Smith or any of this. It's like, what's up, Jared? like they could be in 2nd grade all the way to like 12th grade. What's up, Jared? How's it going? Hey, how you doing? What's up, Steve? Like, you know, like you just like, all right, cool. Or it's like,
is it still like Miss whoever, Miss whatever?
Yeah, some like they do it with the women.
Yeah.
So they might be like Miss Stephanie.
Yeah.
Like Miss Jessica.
Yeah.
But the guys, it's not like Miss. I'm not Mr. Jared. I'm just Jared.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't be like Mr. Bobby. It's like It's just Bob.
Yeah.
Like Bobby.
Or asshole.
Yeah. Well, that's
depending on the day.
Surprisingly, too, the kids, they get I mean, well, it shouldn't be a surprise when you actually think about it, but they do really well with males, like older males.
I don't know. So I know you have the experience. I think some of them can do really well with, like, I know it's a fucking documentary, but like Last Chance U, they always do well with like the woman advisor or tutor or teacher.
Honestly, it just depends.
I think it depends on the kid,
on their upbringing and their trauma.
Yeah.
So most often than not, if kids find themselves in a scenario where they don't have a father in the picture, they crave the male attention.
Yeah.
So like they attach themselves to older males, and they're more likely to get along well with them just because they want that approval. It just so happens that if you grow up in a single parent home and it's just a mother, more often than not, you're probably gonna get really fucking pissed off at your mom. And then now you associate older women with like anger. So like they typically have a harder time there. But like in Last Chance U, like some of those, there's a lot of people that grew up in single parent households that have phenomenal relationships with their mom, and then they do better with older women, and then older males, they're like, go fuck yourself. Because they've never, you know.
Yeah, they're like, every male I've ever met is fucking either fucking bothered me or
abusive,
walked out
drug addict, left, whatever. You know, never. You know, it all depends on the scenario.
By the way, a real brouhaha is turning up in this Bruins game.
Oh,
David Krejci absolutely fucking biffed someone in a fight.
Oh, no fucking way, dude. Krejci, huh?
So anyway, here's my question to you. You're a cop, and I know you are not trained criminal justicely in any way, shape, or form.
Yes.
Okay. What grounds do you need to take to arrest a 6-year-old? How bad does it need to get?
If I'm the cop, there needs to be a weapon in the hand when I arrive on scene.
Or it's sticking out of someone's neck or something?
Yeah. There needs to be...
Oh, like a real weapon, not like a fucking, a tennis ball.
No, I'm saying like a pair of scissors or like a something legitimate threat. There needs to be like a legitimate...
I'm not hearing a pencil. It's not fucking John Wick. The kid's not fucking...
Yeah, you're not going to kill 3 people with a pencil.
No,
like...
how the fuck did someone do that?
Yeah.
And a 6-year-old isn't doing it.
No, absolutely not. And if they do, we'll find our next John Wick.
Yeah, I think, so I'm almost, and again, I'm not criminally justicely trained in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So I have no clue what real protocol is, or what is allowed or what isn't allowed. So this is just basically based off of my, hillbilly opinion.
Yeah.
I would need to see a sharp weapon, like something that I thought was like legit threatening, like a letter opener, whatever you can find.
Right. Stapler. Like something that's going to inflict injury.
So here's my deal. If a 6-year-old hits you over the head with a stapler, I'm getting up from that. Yeah. And I'm probably getting that stapler away from the kid.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is me as the administrator. Like, I just got kicked.
Right.
Like, if they come at me with scissors, I still feel pretty confident.
Yeah.
That I can do it. would they have called the cops in any kind of self-harm situations? Like what? If she threatened to hurt herself?
Yeah, sometimes it's just a 911 call.
Oh, okay. So that's not what this was.
Yeah, you wouldn't get arrested for that.
Yeah. Okay. So here's my other question: was this an actual formal arrest?
Yeah, you can legitimately watch the body cam.
So it's the
officer.
Do you understand you're under arrest?
You know what? I don't know if he actually read the Miranda right. Well, so the video feed stopped once he put her in the car.
Because my thing is, what if it was a scared straight thing?
Right. So that's what I would
shows
do.
Up?
If I were a cop and I wouldn't.
By the way, the answer to my question, it's got to be something sharp.
Yeah.
Or or something sticking out of somebody.
Right. Or a weapon, like a gun.
Like a real weapon.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past Florida, but I really hope a 6-year-old wouldn't have a gun or know how to use a gun.
Yeah.
But I will not put it past them.
No.
But is there any chance it was a scared straight thing where it's like,
could have been.
Hey, you assaulted Mr. Mello, you got to come with me.
Right.
And it's like, do you understand that you have to come to the station with me?
Right.
And it's like whatever the response was.
Right.
Zip ties, car. That's not a formal arrest.
Right.
I don't know what constitutes a formal. You could probably sue at this point, but
I don't remember if they said she got booked or not.
If you get booked, then
that's a formal arrest.
Yeah. But that's what I don't know because obviously we don't have all the details.
Right, and that's what I said. And I was like, we don't have all the details, and
because what if she didn't actually get arrested?
Yeah. Well,
we can have so Sexy Chris can he can message in and give us his take on it.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah, Sexy Chris, I want to know what's your threshold. If
what do you need to do to arrest a
6-year-old?
And then also, do you think this was an actual arrest? Because I cannot.
Yeah.
I'm not believing it.
So
I don't I know. Listen, I know the footage is out there.
Right.
I'm not buying that it is a legitimate arrest of a 6-year-old.
So again, what I was gonna say is article titles can be manipulated.
They can.
They can say whatever they want. But the title of the article that I found did say, "Officer who arrests 6-year-old loses his job." And they used the word arrest in the article. So
but do they?
It would lead me to believe that it was a legitimate arrest.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because then if you got canned for it, they could. Because how do you?
Yeah, because that's procedure. If you're gonna,
how do you come out and
arrest
say
a minor?
Yeah, so I guess I do have to buy it because he got fired for it.
Yeah.
Because say, how do you come out and say he's being fired for procedure, and it's like, nah, dude, that wasn't even a real arrest.
Right.
But yeah. Plus, again,
he wouldn't have lost his job. His union would have fought it.
Yeah, I'd sue everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess what does it take?
What does it take?
and I'm thinking a weapon.
Yeah, it's got to be a weapon.
Or a instrument sticking out of somebody.
Yeah. Or a legitimate threat. But then at that point, it's more of a scared straight scenario. So if I'm a cop and I roll into a school and there's a 6-year-old there that said he's going to shoot up the school, and they did a search of his locker and they found a bullet in his backpack.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to arrest him.
That's a different story.
I'm going to do it. But even at that point, it might be more of a scared straight where you put him in the back of the cop car and then you call the parents.
Yeah. And
have a discussion with the parents hey, your kid said this and there's a bullet in his,
he's in our custody.
Right.
Or
we need to talk about this. There needs to be credible. There needs to be imminent threat and credible evidence.
Well, because that's the thing is if a 6-year-old ever told me it's oh, I'm gonna shoot you,
yeah, okay, cool.
All right, please do.
Yeah, I want to shoot. Yeah, I want to shoot me too.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the smartest thing you'll ever say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I cannot see.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
No, it is very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought I could bring up some fucking honest discussion today. And
well, that's on you.
Yeah, no, exactly. And people didn't like that very much. All I tried to do was just facilitate discussion. I tried to play devil's advocate and get them to see the other side.
Why? Why would that be important to you?
I don't know. Because
to be a prick.
Because I was bored.
To be a prick.
Honestly,
that's why.
Because I was bored.
That's what I mean, though. Like, you weren't trying to facilitate discussion. You were like, hey, let's see how I can be a prick today.
Yeah.
Let's see how I can get a couple fucking feathers ruffled.
Yeah. And I also sometimes get really annoyed with people that are very liberal. And by the nature of my work, I tend to work with people that are very liberal. Which, speaking of, we're almost at Super Tuesday when we're recording this. I don't know when this is actually going to come out, but
I don't either.
It all depends on whether or not Vinny comes down this weekend. But we're rolling up on Super Tuesday, and it looks
what the fuck
like...
What is this, like a shitload of primaries and caucuses and caucusing?
It's all the caucus that primarily happen on the same day.
They're like any like formal balls or...
no, just caucus.
Does that not happen?
Just caucuses. And there's like, I don't know, somewhere between like 12 and 15 states that all caucus and primary on the same day.
Like, with each other?
Yeah, they cock each other, primarily with each other. And so it's called Super Tuesday. So like the person that wins those states typically on that day is like most likely the guy that's gonna, or woman, that's going to become the Democratic nominee, or just nominee in general, whatever the primaries are for. And right now, the Burn Dog is fucking cruising. He is fucking crushing. He crushed in Nevada. I think he won New Hampshire. He was essentially tied in Iowa. And
they can't even count
I know. We went over that whole fucking ridiculous bullshit. But like, people are feeling the burn right now.
So the Bukkake judge isn't getting it done?
The Bukkake judge is currently not getting it done. However, the Democratic establishment fucking despises Bernie Sanders. So it's going to be very interesting if he comes out on Super Tuesday and fucking crushes. Say he wins, call it 8 of the 15. I don't know how many are actually going, but say he wins 8 out of the 15 states. You're going to have a really fucking tough time trying to have anybody else be the Democratic nominee. But the DNC is a private organization. They can nominate whoever the fuck they want. So, like, they can essentially, like, when they have their convention that I think is in, like, July.
Oh, yeah. It was here one time.
Yeah. Ugh, gross.
I went to the Cape for the week.
Gross. So, yeah, smart of you. So...
I was like 14. It wasn't up to me.
Yeah. It's smart of your parents then. They can essentially get to the convention and be like, yeah, I know Bernie won all the primaries and the cockeye. Coxon.
The Cocksmith.
But we're not going to nominate him. So we're going to pick someone else. And like, if that happened, there would be fucking massive uproar. People, like, Bernie fans were rip shit when they chose Hillary over him in 2016. And it was a close race, but Hillary actually did beat him in the primaries. If he wins the primaries and they still don't nominate him, we got fucking at least 4 more years of Trump. Because I wouldn't be surprised, because those people that love Bernie, people that follow Bernie love Bernie. People that, follow Bukkake Judge or like Klobuchar or any of those people are like could probably go either way. Like someone that really likes Klobuchar, if she drops out or doesn't make it or whatever, they'll probably just go over to Bukkake Judge or Bernie, like one of them. But like if Bernie gets fucked, those people just probably aren't even gonna vote. They're probably just gonna be like, "Fuck you, this is stupid."
Did you see Tom Steyer? So I honestly I think that like this whole thing, and this is just from the impartial like outsider's view.
Yeah.
I feel like everything's such a shit show that Trump's just gonna win again anyway. But
no, absolutely. He's gonna win.
Yeah, I feel like he's just gonna. But did you see Tom Steyer wants to like come up with I'm gonna find the tweet because Nico's tagged me in it, and he wants to know when his check is gonna come in for it.
Oh, reparations.
Yes.
Yeah.
He
wants to pay black people reparations.
Yes.
Again.
But yeah, he calls for reparations for slavery and a formal commission on race that will retell the story of systematic legal injustice, discrimination, and cruelty against African Americans through U.S. history. So Nikos goes, can't wait for my reparations check to come in the mail.
Yeah. So what the Democrats have been trying to do is sway the black vote. No one's been able to do it like Obama. That's why Obama won in such a fucking groundswell, is because he was black and he won the black vote. So I don't know if you remember for the Super Bowl, the commercials. Trump,
this year?
Yeah, Trump did a commercial, and it was I forget what it was exactly for. Oh, it was for getting people out of jail for like misdemeanor crimes, and all the people in the commercial were black. And they didn't say it outright, but you watch the commercial and you're like, you're targeting the black voters. Okay, I get it. And then literally like maybe the next commercial break, Michael Bloomberg has a commercial, and he's like very anti-gun when he was the fucking mayor of New York and all that shit. And he was like, we need to stop gun violence. And they had a black middle-aged woman on the commercial telling the story about how her son was killed by gun violence and gangs and all this shit, and why they needed to ban guns. And they never said it outright, but you watch the commercial and you're like, yep, you're targeting the black voters. Okay, I get it. And now, fast forward to now, or whenever he tweeted that, Tom Steyer says that, okay, all right, you're going after the black vote. I get it, guys. But your problem, you're all old, rich white men. Typically, black voters don't like that very much. So it's like, I don't know. It's a complete shit show. I think you nailed it on the head. I'm actually really excited. I can't say I hate politics, because the next thing I was going to say is I like the entertainment part of it.
I like when large majorities of people don't get what they want.
Yes. I love the entertainment value of the shit show of politics. I think politics in and of themselves is absolute fucking dog shit. The fact that there's only two parties and they can never agree on anything anymore, and it's like, if you're the red team and you're the blue team, you can never have the same ideas, I think is complete horseshit. Because in most things in life, the truth and what's good for the people lies somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
And somewhere along the lines, with politics, it stopped being about we need to do what's good for the good of the country, and it became I need to do what's good for me so I get reelected. And it absolutely ruined fucking politics in this country.
And that's the thing, is like, I really don't do politics. I don't keep up with them. And at this point, the only thing I do is just pay attention to what Gong Show it is.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I love the Gong Show. I hope that Bernie Sanders, I hope he wins all 15 primaries. I hope that the only thing that happens, so what, Klobuchar is from like Minnesota, Warren is Massachusetts, so she'll probably win Massachusetts. So let's just say of the fucking,
people like her that much?
Of the fucking 50 states that primary and coxon, I hope Bernie wins 45. And I hope he doesn't get nominated. And I just want to see the absolute fucking debacle that goes down. There's going to be people protesting in the streets. And it's going to be amazing, because it's going to be like Democrat on Democrat, and they're just gonna go after each other, and they're just gonna rip each other apart, and Donald Trump is gonna sit there and be like, "You guys are all fucking assholes. Thanks for the next 4 years, you fucking pieces of shit."
I think that's like becoming the most entertaining part is now you can't even get people like within each other to fucking agree.
No, these people that claim that like this is they're the blue team. They can't even get along with each other.
Well, that's because everyone has to go so hard on like I don't know if it's just people don't have better shit to do or if it's just more readily apparent. Like people are go so hard on like the person that they want to win.
Yeah.
And then, like, if that person doesn't go, it's like, well, fuck you then.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll be libertarian now.
Yeah. You know what? Like, all things considered, like, policy-wise, so, granted, disclaimer here, I haven't, like, thoroughly examined everybody's policy, but I've done, like, very, like, cursory work looking at, like, some of these people. Bernie Sanders is never going to win. Even if he is the nominee, it's not going to win. This country is never going to elect a socialist. Fuck off. You're like, oh, he's a democratic socialist. Fuck you. It doesn't matter. This country is never going to allow that to happen. At least not now. 10, 15, 20 years from now, God knows where this might get. But there is a little bit of a groundswell right now for like the whole socialism bullshit. But like, I feel like we're still in like the beginnings of that. We're not at the point where like it's a quote unquote revolution or anything. Like get the fuck out of here with that. A socialist is not going to win a presidential election right now in 2020. So
I don't buy him.
I think that honestly, the guy he'll never win. He'll never get nominated. But the guy that would give Trump the most trouble and honest to God would probably be a much better president is Tom Steyer. I think the things that he talks about are actually legitimate. Like some of his running points are like term limits for Congress.
Yep.
Like getting rid of career politicians, which is the biggest fucking issue. Like I just said 4 minutes ago, at some point in this country's political history, we went away from we need to do things and vote for things that are good for the greater good versus we need to do things and vote for things that I'm going to get reelected for. And it stopped becoming about the people, which is your fucking job, you piece of shit, and started becoming about you getting reelected. So term limits, all for it. That totally gets rid of that fucking mitigates that problem, I should say, at least. And it's like, some of the things that he talks about, I'm like, yeah, I could get behind that. You know, like, he's legit, you know, like, but he'll never make it. He'll never be the nominee. And it's just, it will never work. It'll probably end up being fucking Klobuchar or Bukaki Judge or, like, a guaranteed fucking riot in the streets of every blue state. Like Massachusetts, too. Like, any state that is typically liberal. If Bernie wins the primary, and then at the DNC convention, they roll out Hillary, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna go with her again. Dude.
That won't happen.
Legitimate riots.
I will put the
riots.
I'll put the odds of that happening at plus 300,000.
Yeah.
There's no way that happens.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be funny though. I could see it potentially being Bukaki Judge as the nominee. He wouldn't win either. He's not tough enough. He's also physically unimposing, which is the same issue with Bloomberg. And like, people are like, "Oh, it's 2020. Like, it doesn't matter." Like,
kind of does.
It kind of matters. It matters to a lot more people than you would think. Like, nobody wants to elect a president who's like 5'5" and like 165 pounds. Like, that's no. Like, Trump's a big dude. He's like 6'3", like 240, probably 250 at this point. He eats fucking
he's a fat fuck.
Dog shit. But like, he's a big dude. Like, you don't want to like see your president at like fucking world conferences and he's like a little fucking peanut. Like you don't want that because like it like physical.
Because you know what
physicality
other
is like
people,
part of
other people like other leaders in the world. Like, look at that guy, he's adorable.
Yeah, he's a little bitch.
Oh, you want to raise some point? Sit down.
Yeah, exactly. Which is what happened to Trudeau. I don't think.
No, who the fuck is that?
He was the prime minister, or he was. I feel like they might have just had an election, and he might have lost.
Which country?
Canada. So he's Canadian to begin with, so he's a huge bitch.
Yeah.
Sorry to our 3 Canadian listeners, but I love Letterkenny. If that makes you guys feel better.
And hockey.
And hockey, yeah, love hockey.
Well, you're a lacrosse guy. That's your national sport.
Yeah, I'm a big lax guy. I'm a lax.
I wish I knew how to curl.
But you know, you guys have a reputation for being a touch soft. You apologize too much. That's what it is. I'm sorry. Ooh, I'm sorry.
What was it, Belger?
Yeah, just it's fine. You don't have to say sorry all the time. Be a little bit more mean.
But don't be French Canada. I got no use for French.
Nobody
Canada.
likes French Canada. Well, luckily, our 3 Canadian listeners are in Ottawa.
Thank God.
Thank God they're not in Quebec.
I fucking hate Quebec.
Why would anyone ever want to go to Quebec?
Fuck Quebec.
I hope that was a joke just for those 3 fucking Canadian guys, and they listened to Letterkenny and they got that joke. that was like a very specific joke.
It doesn't really need to be though, because I think in general, outside of like the strip clubs, and being 19, why the fuck would anybody want to go to fucking Quebec?
No, it sucks dick. So, yeah, that's that. That's the politic hour. So you wanna wrap this up?
We can wrap this up.
All right. What do you got?
I learned something today.
Mm-hmm.
That there are different axes that we can use, and for log splitting requires a different axe than the axe that we have.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, there's also like log splitting or log splitters.
Log splitters.
They're incredible. And then there's like something that looks like a big shake weight where you fucking jerk it off. Like you jerk off the log splitter, and then it just like it like nuts inside the fucking the stump, and the stump just like cracks.
Oh shit!
But like you have to like double hand jerk it off.
Nice.
Like
dude,
you know how many stumps we would fucking break? Like
you know how many stumps we could fuck?
We would split so many stumps with that kind of fucking tool. Cause I'm a huge fucking tool.
Yeah.
Huge cocksucker too, or something. But I'm telling one of my clients, because he's the one who gave me the pallet. That's the firewood's gonna go on because I gotta get rid of the firewood so I can kill the poison ivy and fucking Outback's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Goats.
We need goats so we can kill them afterwards because I hate goats.
You hate goats. Do you know if you kill a goat, they steal your soul, right?
That's not true. Don't say that. Don't put that evil on me.
Oh, I'm putting that evil on you, Ricky Bobby. So I go to him and I'm like, yeah, like we got an axe at the house. He's like, no. I go, why? He goes, because you're gonna end up with it in your shin. I'm like, no. I got another roommate. He likes to play with the axe every once in a while. I'll end up in his shin.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm bringing the maul. I'm like, all right. So I was expecting this maul to be like this crazy thing. It's just like a smaller axe.
Yeah.
Huh. But apparently it's better for splitting wool.
Okay.
So we have a maul, a Darth Maul, if you will.
Darth Maul.
I think it's a Darth Maul.
Okay.
And now we're gonna be wood splitters.
All right. We're gonna be splitting wood. Splitting dicks out there.
Splitting wood.
Spitting dicks.
I ain't spitting on anyone's dick.
So my final thought is another example of how this is the dumbest time to be alive.
Outside of the 6-year-old getting arrested?
Yes.
Okay.
So one of my buddies, actually no, Merritt.
Okay.
He doesn't listen to the show, but whatever. Fucking dickhead.
That's from a huge dickhead.
So he Also a former student of mine. But I knew him before he was a student. It's a whole thing. Doesn't matter. But, so he texted me, I don't know, maybe like a month ago and was like, so I got fired from my job today. And I was like, oh, weird. So did I. This is when I got fired from Bridgewater. And he was like, yeah. So I asked him, I was talking to him about it. He's like, yeah, apparently, like, I just had a really bad attitude about, like, you know, some of the stuff that was going on. But, like, they were really fucking stupid. So he is as much of a fucking meat stick as this kid is when it comes to exercise science and prescription and programming. He knows his shit. He's a pretty bright kid. And he worked at this, like, boutique gym on the Cape, which is where he lives. And, like, they started going the way of, like, bullshittery. Like, they got, like, all the Gronk fitness equipment, and, like, it started getting, like, real fluffy.
Is this like doing overhead presses while sitting on a Peloton with a heart rate monitor?
Yes, yeah. So they started going in that direction, and he was like, no, I think I'm just going to, you know, have people, you know, do compound lifts and, you know, do some general basic movements here. Like, let's focus on this shit. Like, I'm not going to have my fucking clients stand on a Bosu ball with one leg and do a fucking, an upside down kettlebell press. Sorry, not happening. Like that, like just dumb shit like that. And so he got let go because of his attitude. So for the past month, he's been like, well, the first 2 weeks he was just enjoying unemployment. And then he's been applying for new jobs. And he's literally, so he has a job lined up for after he graduates. This is his last semester. He's graduating in May. He's already been promised a job like May fucking 17th. If graduation's the 16th, he's going the 17th.
Yep.
He just has to have something until then. So he's been applying for like absolute ridiculous fucking jobs. Like pizza delivery guy. Like,
why doesn't he just drive for Uber?
Because he lives on the Cape.
Oh.
And it's the winter.
It's the winter in the Cape. There's no one there.
The only people that live in the Cape in the winter are like fucking heroin
crack
addicts.
addicts.
Yeah. So he's just been applying for like really funny fucked up jobs. So like he's been updating me, telling me like all of these things. Like just last week he applied for 3 different jobs. When he showed up to all 3 interviews, 2 out of the 3 there was nobody there for him to interview with. He like showed up and was like, oh yeah, I have an interview scheduled at 10 a.m. with Bobby, like whatever, and they're like, yeah, Bobby's not here. He goes, well, what do you mean I had an interview today? And they're like, yeah, we know nothing about that. He's not here. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Twice. The 3rd one, the guy calls him back, leaves him a message, and says, hey, this is such and such from like Gino's Pizzeria, like, you know, just calling you back, like whatever, about the job application, whatever. He goes in, talks to the guy. He either goes in or calls him back on the phone, whatever. The guy picks up the phone. Hey, this is, you know, Andrew, like, you know, I'm calling, whatever. What? Yeah, this is Andrew, like, I'm calling about the job, like, you called me back, you left me a... Who is this? What? I didn't fucking call you. What do you want? He's like, do you own the pizza shop? Yeah. Well, you called and left me a voicemail. No, I didn't. And hangs up. The guy left him a fucking voicemail and said, call me back, like I want to talk about the job. And then just pretends like it didn't happen.
You know what that tells me? Honest to God.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Yeah, probably.
Dude's a drug addict.
Probably. It's the Cape.
No, but like it's like what, like, dude, pizza place.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like that's fucking drug addict.
Yeah, the guy was fucking roasted.
He was on something. I don't know when, but
yeah.
when he called him was nice, or when he was fucking pissed off. I don't know.
So this leads me. This has been his experience the last couple of weeks.
That's pretty good.
Which leads me to today. When we're talking today, we're texting back and forth. First, it starts when he sends me a Snapchat. and it was on LinkedIn. I'm sorry, Indeed. Indeed is the job site. He's on LinkedIn, and it's one of those scale things. And the question at the top says, it's like a personality test, essentially.
Okay.
And the question at the top says, I think that I'm better than most people. And it's strongly agree, indifferent, slightly disagree very much, or whatever it was. So he sends me the Snapchat video. He like goes down the thing, looks at it, and goes, huh, clicks disagree. Like I'm a piece of shit. Sends it to me, and I go, bro, what the fuck are you doing? And he goes, yeah, you want to take a guess at what job I'm applying for? I'm like, I don't know, like some personal training job? What? Like, I don't fucking know, dude. He goes, no. The question before this, they asked me if I had any interest in poetry. And at this point, I'm like, all right, buddy, like, how fucking desperate are you here? Like, what the fuck? I can probably, like, talk to somebody and get you a job I can get you a job as a fucking janitor for the next 2 months.
Call Stop and Shop and pretend I'm the fucking regional manager.
Yeah, like, whatever I need to do to help you get a job. Like, this job just asked you about what you're interested in poetry? So I go, dude, you have to tell me what this is. You know what it was for?
I couldn't even tell you, dude. What the fuck job would you need to fucking have an interest in poetry?
It was to be a valet driver for a seafood restaurant. They had a legitimate question on their application. Please describe your interest in poetry.
To drive.
To park cars. To park fucking cars. Not like, can you drive a stick? That would be my first question. You're applying to be a valet driver? I don't know, can you drive a stick? No. Answer this scaled question. What is your interest in poetry? And next, how do you feel about the following sentence? I think I'm better than most people. Like,
for a valet driver.
To be a valet driver at a seafood restaurant.
I park cars. It doesn't matter if I think I'm better than anyone else. 1, I know I'm not. 2,
strongly disagree. I'm a fucking valet driver.
2, you work alone.
Yes.
There's nothing. Park the car, mission accomplished. Leave the fucking change in the fucking ashtray.
Yeah. What? Please describe your interest in poetry, and I think I'm better than most people. Agree, disagree. What the fuck? This is officially the dumbest time to be alive. Whoever created that listing is a fucking moron.
Yeah, because they took a generic questionnaire.
Yeah.
Didn't look at it.
No.
Just goes, yeah, I'll post your job for you. Why doesn't he get a job posting jobs? Apparently any asshole can do it.
Seriously?
Seriously.
What the fuck?
You ask poetry questions for a fucking valet driver.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm applying to be an electrician. Please tell me what you think about the writings of Blake. Like Rob Blake?
Yeah. How do you feel about Hunter S. Thompson? Like, what? I'm trying to be an electrician. Like, go fuck yourself.
Please describe in depth your thoughts on what really caused the Civil War.
How interested are you in poetry? I don't know, dude. I just want to park cars. Like, get the fuck off my lawn.
Or maybe it's one of those screener questions where if someone doesn't say something like disagree or strongly disagree, it's like, oh fuck, we can't hire this person.
No,
we don't want any poetry weirdos.
This guy's gonna be reading Edgar Allan Poe, fucking parking cars.
Imagine that. It's like, hey, dude, what was the deal with that question? All right, funny story. Yeah. So we had a valet driver one time. Really liked poetry. Like wore a beret. And he was just a terror to all the restaurant goers.
The restaurateurs.
He was reading. Well, it's not the word. Restaurateurs are people who start restaurants.
Oh, okay. Well, it sounds good.
It's like an entrepreneur for restaurants.
Yeah.
It's like he was reading poetry to everybody. No one wanted to hear it. The poetry sucked. Like we just couldn't have him here anymore. So from now on, we have to ask, what is your interest in poetry? Because we can't have anybody that even remotely considers the idea of maybe liking poetry.
That's what I hope would be the answer to that question.
We're owned by Dick Flavin, and no one else can possibly like poetry here. There can only be one.
There can only be one poet laureate for the Boston Red Sox.
For the seafood restaurant.
Yeah. Oh my god. People are so fucking stupid. I hate everybody.
I do too, myself on top, but...
Yeah. Yeah, anytime you want to give me that 150 grand, you just go right ahead. Oh, fuck.
So, hey, by the way,
yeah,
that Maple Leafs Panthers game,
yeah,
3-3 through the first period,
yeah,
it took an empty net goal to go over.
Oh my god.
5-3.
That's terrible.
Winner.
Hey, winner. Hey, a win's a win.
Win's a win.
That's right.
They don't ask you how.
Damn straight. So, that's going to do it for us, everybody. If you need a job, don't go on Indeed. Or if you have a funny story on Indeed or any other job, fucking send it in. Sarcasm Speaks Pod on Instagram. That's fucking awesome.
I might go on there and see if I can find something stupid.
Yeah. That would be amazing.
Imagine if we started going on joke job interviews.
Oh, that'd be great. You just show up like Step Brothers.
Yeah.
In tuxedos. If you're on YouTube, thanks for watching. Make sure you click subscribe. Stay up to date on all the videos that get posted. Make sure you subscribe wherever you're listening to on whatever podcast streaming service. Again, please, guys, just do us a favor. If you're on iTunes, go to the iTunes store. Just click the fucking icon for Sarcasm Speaks. It'll bring you to the page or whatever you have to do to get there. Leave us a 5-star review, or don't, but if you're going to not, tell me at least how much you hate us. And subscribe to the show too, because the subscribers and the reviews actually help us hopefully eventually get some fucking sponsors on this goddamn show. And like I said, you can find us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. Twitter is Sarcasm_Speaks. And Facebook is Sarcasm Speaks. And until next time, good night, everyone.